So I just finished watching A Fall from Grace, Tyler Perry's new movie on Netflix, and I'm inspired. I got a lot of tea to spill, okay? So the main title of today's conversation is How to Stop Falling for Narcissists. And then the subtitle is 3 Takeaways from A Fall from Grace, right? So the 3 takeaways are: 1, know the signs of the wrong person. 2, stop speed dating. And I'm not talking about where you pay somebody $25 to meet 10 guys in an hour. I'm talking about moving a relationship too fast. And then 3 is date with balance and boundaries. Okay, so let's unpack these. 1, know the signs of the wrong guy. That's important because when I was watching the movie, that guy love bombed her. And love bombing is essentially when someone showers you with flowers and affection and gifts and dates and just extravagant gestures and huge declarations of their feelings and all this stuff very early on in the dating process, right? And a lot of times it's not just a tool of a narcissist, it's a tool of abuse. And people aren't really aware of the cycle of abuse because no one talks about it, if we can be honest. But let me walk you through, 1, the signs of a toxic guy. So toxic guys, the evolution goes, they're insecure, then they're extremely jealous, then they're extremely possessive, extremely controlling, and then once you give a person control over you, they become abusive, whether emotionally or physically. That is the evolution. It goes from you noticing they're insecure, and their insecurity results in them being extremely jealous, then extremely possessive, then extremely controlling, and then abusive. Right. So you have to know the signs of the wrong guy. And the reason women fall for toxic guys is because sometimes you've had experience with the emotionally unavailable guy. The guy who is hard to read and who doesn't declare his feelings and who doesn't really show you the interest or the pursuit or the consistency that you want. So when you meet the other guy, it's like, oh, he care. Oh, he care. He jealous. He don't want me talking to certain people. He don't want me doing certain stuff. He always wants to be with me. He's showering me with attention and affection and gifts and all this stuff. But let's talk about why. So abusers are not always abusive, or you wouldn't fall for them. If on your first date, he said something crazy to you, physically engaged you, whatever, you would be running for the hills. Abusers are very calculated people. So they start off charming. They start off generous, thoughtful, loving, consistent, kind, seemingly patient. They start off all these ways, right? And then slowly but surely, they do a switch. Like, you'll start to see a temper. You'll see just different sides of them and dark sides of them that you don't like and might even be scared of. You get what I'm saying? But because they love bombed you initially, in your mind, you're like, what do I have to do to get you back to where you used to be? Like on A Fall from Grace. First of all, minute 35, they went on their first date. Minute 45, he proposed. What? Okay. And child, please. So he love bombs her. And until after the wedding, she didn't see his temper. But she asked him a question. Like, it was like 2, 3 in the morning. He wasn't in the bed. So she comes downstairs to just be like, babe, are you okay? Anything going on? And so he was like, I don't like to be questioned. And I don't like to be checked up on. And he had the bass in his voice, like the Barry White in his voice, right? And she was scared because he was a big guy. Like, he was like 6'6", little husky. Like, she was scared. But that was the first time she saw his temper. He was Mr. Milkbone, Mr. Charming, Mr. Lover. Like, he was all that stuff until that moment. And that's because abusers are very calculated. You know what I'm saying? So what ends up happening is, in your mind, you're like, oh, well, I questioned him, or oh, I wore this, or oh, I talked to that guy, or oh, I did these things. You internalize it and you make it your fault. So you start walking on eggshells like, he started off, he used to do this, he used to be that, but once I started doing these things, now he doesn't do what he used to do anymore. This is the cycle of abuse. They bait you in with the love bombing. They bait you in with their representative. And then slowly but surely, they start to show you their temper, their brokenness, their anger, their violence. A lot of things and they make it your fault. So you believe if I don't do this, he'll go back to how he used to be. And you're forever walking on eggshells. So you really need the signs of the wrong guy. You need the signs of the emotionally unavailable guy. You need the signs of a toxic guy. You need the signs of project and potential, somebody who's going to waste all your time. You need the signs of a bum out of boredom. You need all these signs, and I talk about them during my free dating masterclass. So go to imsickofsingle.com/date to register for it. So know the signs of love bombing. Know why guys love bomb so you don't get fooled and tricked by it moving forward. The second thing is stop speed dating. Stop speed dating. Here's the thing. As a woman, you are really tied to a biological clock. I get it. You want to get married. You want to start your family. You don't have all day. You want to crack them eggs, girl. You want to drop your last name. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I really need you to know moving too fast will slow you down. And I say that because if you don't have time to do it right, when are you going to have time to do it over? So the reason you people fall susceptible to the love bombing is because you want to be married tomorrow. You want to be, as T.I. said, married expeditiously, okay? You want this to happen immediately. You want to start your family yesterday. So you meet a guy and it's like, he's showing me all the right things. He's saying all the right things. He's doing all the right things in a very short period of time. And it didn't even take him long to realize that I'm the right woman for him. And instead of you questioning, why is he moving so fast? Why is he doing so much so quickly? You let it be an ego booster. And then you move at the pace he's moving at. And what you don't understand is you can have fast or you can have forever. The reason people fall for people's representatives is because you committed to a human you didn't even know. You didn't let Tom do his job. I work with my clients to develop dating plans. And your dating plan, and I talk more about it during the free dating masterclass, so be sure to register at imsickofsingle.com/date. But your dating plan is essentially your system. It's essentially the process you put men through to prove their consistency, their character, their commitment to you over a period of time. It's how you teach a man how to over-invest in you with his actions. You're going to care nothing about what he says. Because I'm here to tell you, a man is what he does, not what he says. Everybody, think about it in life. We all do it. You've done it. I've done it. We've all done it. Any smart human being knows. Say what a person wants to hear to get what you want. So when I was in corporate America, I would go on job interviews and they would be like, Miss White, tell me about your weaknesses. You think I would look at them people and say, all right, so I'm going to be late a couple times a week. Definitely taking long lunches on Friday. Might miss some deadlines. Not always the best team player. Definitely gonna be a little passive aggressive in some emails. CCing the whole corporate structure. Like, I never said that. Never. And so many of you guys treat your love life like a job interview instead of like an internship. So what your dating plan does is it teaches you how to treat your love life like an internship. During an internship, that's a period of time where somebody is showing you with their actions who they are and the value they would bring to your company. During an interview, you're listening to what a person says and you're giving them such a huge position, the soulmate position in your life. You're giving that to a person based off what they say out their mouth. When any smart person knows, you get further when you say what the person wants to hear. So of course he's not going to say, I'm just looking for casual sex. I just want to see what I got to do to get in that thing. I'm trying to rotate you with 2 or 3 other women. You know, I'm trying to Netflix and chill you to death. Of course, he's not going to say that. Of course, he's going to say, I want this. And, you know, whatever you want to hear, whatever he feels like you want to hear, that's what he's going to say. So that's why you have to stop speed dating. Because when you move so fast, you haven't even given yourself the time to see a person's character. You haven't given yourself the time needed for a love to really develop and a healthy foundation to develop. So, moving too fast will slow you down because of 3 reasons. 1, you're in the relationship, right? You waste 2-3 years in a relationship you don't have no business being in. So, you let him love bomb you, or you fell for the unavailable guy and you're trying to love him into loving you. You see the toxic guy, you see he's jealous, you see he's extremely possessive, extremely controlling, extremely unhealthy, just toxic. And then it escalates to abuse, right? But because you keep holding on to the beginning stages where he literally just manipulated you and just said what you wanted to hear, did some things you wanted to see to bait you in, but you're just married to that idea of him, right? So because of that, you spend years just trying to fix it, just trying to get y'all back to that, right? Not realizing it was all an act from the beginning. You fell for his representative and this is who he really is. But a lot of times when you're stuck in a cycle of abuse, it's hard to realize that. So you spend years there. Then you finally get out of it. Then you got to spend years healing. And you got to spend years just trying to get okay and trying to forgive him and trying to forgive yourself and trying to let it go and trying not to be triggered. And you just got to spend years healing. Then you got to spend years trying to figure out how to get back out here. Where do I go? Then I got to find a connection with somebody. Then I got to try not to make the same mistakes. Then I got to do all these things. So moving too fast will slow you down. Look at Khloe Kardashian, y'all. She met Lamar Odom. Within 7 days of knowing him, she was engaged. 30 days after that, they were married. She didn't even know she was marrying someone chronically addicted to crack. Because moving too fast will slow you down. She just thought, I'm a woman of a certain age. My sisters are married with children. Drop an emoji below if y'all ever feel that pressure. My girlfriends are married with children. Everybody else seems to be starting their family and getting married and having all these things. Why hasn't it happened for me yet? So you end up letting a guy speed date you. But I just want to let you know, being in a relationship won't heal you and being single won't kill you. Your single season is the time for preparation, not desperation. Preparation is working with an expert. Preparation is working on yourself, working on your self-esteem, dating smarter, learning the signs, dating with purpose, connecting with quality people. That is what preparation looks like. That's what it looks like to be relationship ready, okay? And all that stuff. So moving too fast, just rushing to a finish line because you've put in your mind, I need to be married by this age. I'm a woman of a certain age and I have a biological clock and I need to have a baby immediately. You're going to have a baby with a bum if you don't do this right. Trust me. If you don't have time to do it right, when you going to have time to do it over, sis? I'll wait. If you don't have time to do it right, when are you going to have time to do it over? So I want to urge you not to panic, but to get productive. Register for my free dating masterclass, enroll in my coaching program, and let me help you like I've helped so many other women have a healthy relationship that lasts forever. Because you can have fast or you can have forever. And moving too fast will slow you down because faster is not always better. Listen, trust these men moving too fast as much as you trust fast food, okay? Because the men moving too fast, just as unhealthy as that fast food. Believe me when I tell you, okay? The third things I want to tell you is so important to have balance and boundaries in relationships. And I feel like I've just talked y'all to death already, so I'm actually going to save the balance and boundaries conversation for my next YouTube video. So comment below what you thought about this video. Like it, share it, and comment below some other topics y'all want me to talk about. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.